today we are going to solve some numerical problems of thermal properties of matter. Now read all the questions. Now the first question is, the power radiated by a black body is P and it radiates maximum energy at wavelength lambda naught. If the temperature of the black body is now changed so that it radiates maximum energy at wavelength 3 by 4 lambda naught, then the power radiated by it becomes N into P. Find the value of N. Here this problem is related to maximum energy radiation. So here we can use two formulas, which are Stephen's law of radiation and Wien's displacement law. Now the statement of Stefan-Boltzmann law is the total energy emitted by a perfectly black body per second per unit area is directly proportional to the fourth power of the absolute temperature. So mathematically we can write energy E directly proportional to T to the power 4. And the statement of Wien's displacement law is the wavelength corresponding to maximum power emitted by a perfectly black body is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature, that is lambda suffix m is directly proportional to 1 by T, where lambda m is the wavelength corresponding to the maximum power emitted by the perfectly black body. When we combine both the laws, then we get E proportional to 1 by lambda m whole to the power 4. This is equation number 1. In equation 1, E is equal to energy radiated by the black body per second. So it is equal to power radiated by the black body. Therefore, power P proportional to 1 by lambda m whole to the power 4. For the first case, power is equal to P and the corresponding wavelength is equal to lambda naught. Therefore, power P proportional to 1 by lambda naught to the power 4. Now for the second case, the power is equal to Np and the corresponding wavelength is equal to 3 by 4 into lambda naught. Therefore, Np proportional to 1 by 3 by 4 lambda naught whole to the power 4. When we divide equation 3 by equation 2, then we get the value of N, which is equal to 256 by 81. Now the question number 2. A cylindrical rod has temperatures T1 and T2 at its end. The rate of flow of heat is Q calorie per second. If all the linear dimensions are doubled, keeping temperature constant, then find the rate of flow of heat. We know the rate of flow of heat is equal to K A T2 minus T1 divided by X. If all the dimensions are doubled and the temperature difference is constant, then rate of flow of heat Q dash is equal to 2K into 2A into T2 minus T1 divided by 2X. When we divide Q dash by Q, then we get Q dash is equal to 2 into Q. Now the question number 3. A piece of ice falls from a height h so that it melts completely. 1/4 of the heat produced is absorbed by the ice, and all energy of ice gets converted into heat during its fall. Find the value of H. When the piece of ice is at altitude h, then potential energy is stored in the piece of ice. In the question, it is given that all energy is converted into heat. Let the total heat is equal to Q. In this case, total potential energy is equal to total heat. Therefore, mgh is equal to Q. mgh is equal to Q, where m is the mass of the piece of ice and g is the acceleration due to gravity. And here the heat needed to melt the ice is 1/4 of total heat produced, that is 1/4 of Q. Therefore, we can write ml is equal to Q by 4. Therefore, 4 ml is equal to Q, which is equation 2. Now, from equation 1 and 2, we have mgh is equal to 4 ml. Therefore, h is equal to 4L by g, which gives 136 kilometer. That is, the altitude is 136 kilometer. Now, question number 4. Two walls of thickness D1 and D2 are in contact. Their thermal conductivities are K1 and K2. In the steady state, if the temperatures at the outer surfaces are T1 and T2, then find the temperature at the common wall. In this problem, at the interface, the rate of flow of heat for both the walls is same. Therefore, Q1 is equal to Q2. Now the expression of Q1 is equal to Ka whole into T1 minus T divided by D1, and the expression of Q2 is equal to K2A T minus T2 divided by D2. Therefore, K1A whole into T1 minus T into small t divided by D1 is equal to K2A whole into T minus T2 whole divided by D2. After calculating the value of T, that is the temperature at the interface, is equal to D2 K1 T1 plus D1 K2 T2 whole divided by K2 D1 plus K1 D2. Now the question number 5. Find the total radiant energy per unit area normal to the direction of incidence received at a distance r from the center of a star of radius smaller whose outer surface radiates as a black body at temperature T Kelvin. Now the energy radiated by the star per unit time, capital E, is equal to sigma T to the power 4 into A. Here A is equal to 4 pi r square, where small r is the radius of the star. Therefore, E is equal to 4 pi r square sigma into T to the power 4. Suppose this radiating energy is spread over a sphere of radius r, then the energy received per unit area at a distance capital R from the center of the star is capital E is equal to sigma into 4 pi small r square T to the power 4 divided by 4 pi into capital R square, which gives us sigma r square T to the power 4 divided by capital R square.